What do you think of the Cougs?
Well, they're always play us tough. Another Pac-12 opponent. Shocking. That's a good baseball team, and they're a little over 500, and I think that's typical of Donnie's teams. They don't always get out of the gate very strong. That might be a little weather related or what have you, but by the time conference rolls around, they're a force to be reckoned with, and they're right in the same position we are, 7-5, and I'm sure looking forward to another weekend and chipping away and seeing if they can maintain that contender status like we are. So, here or there, it doesn't really matter. They're always pretty tough on us.
It seems like they've built up a little bit of a reputation as being a pesky ball club. People don't really expect much of them, but when it comes time to play, they always cause some problems.
Yeah, they do. It isn't. I'd say the character of their team isn't typically, although guys like Taylor Ard just wore us out, and Derek Jones had a brilliant career there, and now they got a guy named Tanaloo that's a tough out in the middle of the order, one of the league's toughest outs, and Rosen's having a heck of a year. And up and down through their lineup, they have tough outs. They use the whole field. They put the ball in play, and then their pitching's kind of been by committee over the years, where it isn't just necessarily a pitcher of the year candidate, but every guy they run out there is very competitive, and their bullpen matches up pretty good, and they have a lot of guys they like to go to. And so I know whatever way the Friday guy pronounces his name, Pistorossi, or pitched well against the Beavers, and the Beavers have a very formidable lineup. So that got my attention, and regardless of what the names are, Coach Marvin and his staff do a nice job, and they're always very competitive. So we'll have our hands full in this weekend and getting back in a conference and see if we can start winning series. And easier said than done, but we've got to obviously do better than we've done the last couple series.
When you look back at those 6 non-conference games, are there areas where you feel like you guys took steps forward?
Well, we just didn't win the 7th, 8th, 9th, and beyond. Really is something that's been a formula of our success against some of the best teams, that we'll win those one-run games. You look at the Stanford extra inning game, the second game of the doubleheader. That could have got us a series win. First game against Stanford, we didn't field bunts very well and walked too many guys, and that made it difficult for us to win. And then, of course, the Husky series, a 1-0 loss. Davis had a lot to do with us not scoring, but we didn't produce enough runs in that one. And then we coughed up a lead in the 10th, which is a great job by them, and it wasn't the excellence that we've been accustomed to at the back end of our bullpen, in this case Jake Reed. And since then, Jake's got back on the horse and done very well. So our formula for success of winning games late went away in those 4 losses in conference, and hopefully we'll find that magic back. And that's kind of been the last 2.5 years. Our success has been able to win those games late.
George, how good does Mitchell look right now up there?
Well, National Player of the Week, Pac-12 Player of the Week. We have our own criteria, what we call filling up the box. And, I've heard other coaches that are friends of mine after games that Mitch fills up the box like he does, that describe it as he just has that look in his eye. We've seen that across the field with other athletes in the pack and outside the pack, and we've seen that with Ryan Healy in our program, and Tyler Baumgartner was as hot as can be, and Kyle Garlick. But Mitch is, he didn't just get inserted to hit behind Healy last year as a freshman. He earned that. He didn't start for probably the first third of the season, but once he got in the lineup, it was evident to us that he was a very clutch hitter and liked to be in the box when the game was on the line. And when you hit behind Ryan Healy, you get that opportunity a lot because they pitch around a guy like him. And so what he's doing doesn't surprise me. He's making it look awful easy, and he does have that look in his eye. And I think even when we scrimmage against him and our pitchers are trying to get him out, the more critical the situation, the tougher out he is when I'm trying to call pitches to get him out. So he's a force to be reckoned with. And he isn't a 6'5" kid or anything like that. He got great bat speed, hits the ball, wide variety of pitches to all parts of the ballpark, and he's a very tough guy to pitch to and defend, to stack the lineup, because he hits the ball in all different parts of the ballpark.
What kind of look does Tyler have in his eye right
We're going to miss him too, but we still get to have him for a while. And we saw that at the end of last year, and he matured as a hitting machine from a junior college. He, for whatever reason, it didn't seem like he felt comfortable, and was arguably one of our best hitters down the stretch, and he's just carried that into this year. And so those two guys, when they're coming around again in the batting order, and when we're trying to produce runs, they're fun guys for us to see go up to the plate for sure.
You mentioned being tied with these guys going into the halfway mark of the season. This becomes a pretty critical series. I think you guys are tied for 4th with UCLA. One of you can make a jump and maybe even get ahead of there, or somebody's going to fall back quite a bit.
Well, one thing for sure in the pack, if you handle your end of the bargain, you're going to make a jump, because it's so competitive, and it's hard to handicap who's going to win which series and so forth. And we just have to worry about Thursday's game, in my opinion, and not too much looking out in front of what's out in front behind this. It's obviously a very good team, and the Beavers, but you can't look ahead to the Beavers because Washington State is all you can hope for as far as their competitive level. So I think the best way to do it is going back to what we say to begin with. It's a 30-game World Series. You don't fear anybody in the conference, but you don't take anybody for granted, because call it parity, call it excellence, whatever. From top to bottom, the pack represents a very tough weekend every single weekend. So we're just worried about Thursday, and hopefully we can win Thursday's game. And then at the end of besides looking forward to the Easter holiday, seeing where we stand when we're at the halfway point, and hopefully we'll continue to be in contention. And then the series after that will be a significant one, because they're an awfully good baseball team. It isn't necessarily winning the pack, but they're a good baseball team.
You doing anything different with Patton this week to try to get him deeper into the game?
No. I think he'll be more relaxed this weekend and second start, and probably handle some of the emotional parts of it a little bit better. And the objective for him is, like everybody else, get better this week in his bullpen side work, what he does with Coach Stiles. And I think emotionally maybe he'll handle it a little bit better, I hope, not be so nervous the night before or the day of the game.
Coach, NCAA.com just ranked PK Park as a top 5 venue in college baseball. What makes this place such a nice venue?
Well, it's certainly fan-friendly. The fans are right on top of the action. There isn't a bad seat in the house. The concourse level, the beverage garden down here. When the weather turns and it's a nice day, cell phone should be turned off. That's not mine. I don't know if there's a better place for fans to watch the game, and I think our event management people do a good job in between innings and keeping the energy and the music, and there's a lot of little details that go into the whole event and the environment. And I think I tip my cap to our people. Not only did they build us a fine facility, but they're doing the right things to make it a fun experience for families and students and baseball fans to come out to.
You've seen parks all around the nation. What makes this park different?
I don't know. I guess probably you don't see suites in every college baseball facility. The press box, I think, is a great working environment for you guys. I think it's a place you can get up, walk around, get a soda or a hot dog, and still see the game without it being high-tech digitally with a bunch of flat screens around. And aesthetically, I mean, come on. Once the leaves get back on the trees, it doesn't get much prettier than this. And then hopefully they're seeing a brand of baseball that makes it a fun experience as well. It's always, what's on stage. In this case, the baseball field's the stage. Makes it a better experience for people that are evaluating it. And
any update on Matt Cook?
No, we'll probably know. I think he's got his second opinion appointments next Monday.
Okay.
How do you deal with handling that? Are you waiting on pins and needles? Is it kind of trying to put in the back of your mind? Because obviously your first concern is with his health. So how do you deal with that as a coach and then with the rest of the players?
Well, my heart goes out to hoping for the best for Matty and his family. It's a CTC, what we call CTC, control the controllables. I can't control what's going to happen. I can worry about it for the sake of having our best guys available. but my experience tells me worrying about it's not going to change the outcome. So, when my head hits the pillow, I'll say a couple prayers for him and for his family, and hope it comes out the best. And it's for our team and the effort that all of us put into our team. You want to be at full strength, but again, control the controllables. I can't worry too much about it, because if it is an injury that's already happened, that's going to take him off the field. It's already happened. So we'll just deal with whatever we have to deal with when we get that second opinion.